And real astronauts are extremely intelligent scientists who've been tested to the limits of their physical and mental fitness. But this was really not women in space. It was stupid people in space. This was the lowest IQ space crew that has ever been launched from Earth.
They're treating her like she was in Nam. Where are my babies? My babies, like she was almost dead. Here's Katy Perry. Kisses the ground. Right. You were in such danger. Gail King, thanking God, and by that I mean Oprah, without whom she'd have no career. She too. Okay, kisses the ground. Somebody already, you should be kissing Oprah. Oprah's there. Kiss Oprah. She's worth far more to you. What did these women do? Like, honestly, one is sleeping with a billionaire who created this program and is jetting people, to outer space for like 10 minutes, for as long as like your average YouTube video takes. And they came back and they're like, everything's changed. Is it? Okay. They had nothing to do with any of the engineering. They're just looking for famous faces who could draw attention to Jeff Bezos's weird little rocket. His first little rocket looks exactly like a penis. Exactly. The guy's working something out. I think he's like working out his sexual fantasies on us.
This was the lowest IQ space crew that has ever been launched from Earth. Damn, Megyn Kelly did not hold back. She absolutely eviscerated the recent all-female Blue Origin spaceflight, calling out Katy Perry, Gail King, and the entire PR machine that tried to sell this glorified elevator ride as a monumental achievement for womankind. After watching the carefully curated footage of the flight, the over-the-top emotional reactions, and the endless stream of self-congratulatory pronouncements, Kelly wasn't just skeptical, she was furious. This wasn't about celebrating women in science. It was about selling a product, a luxury experience disguised as a feminist victory. And Kelly, with her signature blend of sharp wit and no-nonsense commentary, wasn't about to let this blatant PR stunt go unchallenged. She dismantled the hype, exposed the hypocrisy, and sparked a national conversation about the difference between genuine progress and manufactured spectacle. This Blue Origin flight, touted as a historic first, a giant leap for womankind, was supposed to be a game changer. The media, in its typical breathless fashion, hyped it up as a milestone for gender equality, a symbol of female empowerment, and a testament to the power of representation. We were told that this all-female crew, led by pop icon Katy Perry and veteran journalist Gail King, would inspire a generation of young girls to reach for the stars, to pursue careers in STEM, and to break down the barriers that have historically excluded women from the world of space exploration. But even before the rocket left the launch pad, cracks began to appear in the carefully constructed narrative. Katy Perry, in a moment of characteristically tone-deaf enthusiasm, declared that they were putting the ass in astronauts. Okay, Katy, real empowering stuff. This wasn't about science or exploration. It was about celebrity, about branding, about generating headlines and social media buzz. And as the details of the mission emerged, the reality of this historic flight became increasingly difficult to reconcile with the hype.
Then the ground. Thank you, Jesus. Truly, it's like they're right back from Nam. What did they do?
That was one small step for womankind, one giant leap backwards for mankind, as far as I can see.
Megyn Kelly didn't just criticize Katy Perry, she obliterated her.
Katy Perry was quoted as saying, "We're putting the ass in astronauts." Okay, all right. You go, girl. This is so...
This is why she needs empowering, because she keeps revealing her stupidity like that, and we have to boost her back up.
Megyn Kelly, never one to shy away from controversy, saw through the carefully crafted PR spin and called out the Blue Origin flight for what it really was: a superficial spectacle, a thinly veiled marketing ploy designed to sell tickets on Jeff Bezos's billionaire space joyride. She criticized the overproduced visuals, the theatrical sound bites, and the relentless focus on empowerment messaging, arguing that the entire event felt more like a carefully choreographed Instagram story than a genuine scientific achievement. This isn't about female empowerment, she argued. It's about selling a $500,000 joyride to the ultra-rich. And she was right. The entire flight, from liftoff to landing, lasted a mere 11 minutes, with only 4 of those minutes spent in zero gravity. It was a glorified elevator ride to the edge of space, a fleeting glimpse of the cosmos followed by a rapid descent back to Earth. And for that, We were supposed to believe that these women were trailblazers, pioneers, heroes of the space age. Kelly wasn't buying it. The media, predictably, went gaga over the Blue Origin flight. Morning shows and news outlets gushed over the all-female crew, hailing them as heroes and celebrating their historic achievement. Katy Perry, in post-flight interviews, waxed poetic about her spiritual awakening, comparing the experience to childbirth and artistic creation. Gail King, equally enthusiastic, thanked Jesus, and presumably Oprah, for the opportunity. The media coverage was relentless, the message clear. This was a momentous occasion, a turning point for women in science, a symbol of progress and empowerment. But beneath the surface of all the hype and hyperbole, a growing sense of skepticism began to emerge. People started asking questions, pointing out the inconsistencies, and wondering if this historic flight was really all it was cracked up to be. Megyn Kelly, in her scathing critique, gave voice to those doubts, highlighting the disconnect between the media's portrayal of the event and the reality of what had actually transpired.
It's so cringy. I'm sorry, but I'm like, why are you... Don't show your boobs. Don't talk about your ass. Don't get your specially made spacesuit so that we can make sure to see all your curves. Is that what it is to be a woman? Just show off as much sex appeal, ass, and boob as you can? I'm not sure. I didn't catch that page in the female handbook.
6 women, 1 rocket, 11 minutes in space. That's the sum total of the Blue Origin all-female flight. Jeff Bezos, the billionaire founder of Amazon and Blue Origin, had orchestrated the event, his company providing the rocket and the infrastructure for this brief, highly publicized foray into the cosmos. The crew consisted of Katy Perry, Gail King, and 4 other women, none of whom were actual scientists or astronauts. This wasn't a scientific mission, it was a publicity stunt, a carefully crafted marketing campaign designed to promote Blue Origin's space tourism business. And the media, complicit in the charade, lapped it up, selling the story of female empowerment and scientific progress without ever questioning the underlying motives or the actual significance of the event. Megyn Kelly's fury wasn't just about the flight itself. It was about the missed opportunity, the way this highly publicized event could have been used to genuinely celebrate and inspire women in STEM. They had nothing to do with any of the engineering, she pointed out, referring to the celebrity passengers. They're basically just looking for famous faces who could draw attention to Jeff Bezos' weird little rocket. She criticized the decision to focus on celebrity and personal transformation narratives, arguing that it diminished the contributions of the countless women working behind the scenes in aerospace, the engineers, scientists, and technicians who actually make spaceflight possible. Just weeks before the Blue Origin flight, a crew of real NASA astronauts returned to Earth after spending nearly 8 months in space, facing real dangers, conducting vital research, and pushing the boundaries of human exploration. They faced equipment malfunctions, oxygen concerns, and the psychological challenges of prolonged isolation. Their re-entry was risky, their mission critical to the advancement of space science. And yet, their return was met with a fraction of the media attention and public adulation showered upon the Blue Origin crew. While Katy Perry and Gail King were kissing the ground and thanking God and Oprah, these real astronauts, these true heroes of space exploration, were quietly returning to their lives, their contributions largely overlooked in the media's obsession with celebrity and spectacle. Even Gail King, in her attempt to defend the Blue Origin flight, came under fire for dismissing the critics who called it just a ride. But let's be honest, it was just a ride, a very expensive, very short, and ultimately very insignificant ride.
What do her breasts look like? Am I wrong?
Lifted. I hear there's no gravity in space. Space is the cosmic bra. That Katy Perry needs to be further empowered bothers me. That she needs empowerment says something sad about women, because it means that even with $1 billion, they still need a boost from the space program.
The Blue Origin all-female flight wasn't about science. It wasn't about exploration. It wasn't about empowering women in STEM. It was about money. It was a $1 billion PR stunt, a marketing campaign designed to sell tickets on Jeff Bezos' for-profit space tourism venture. And the media, blinded by the glitz and glamour of celebrity, fell for it hook, line, and sinker, perpetuating the myth of a historic milestone while ignoring the underlying commercial motivations. This mission, this carefully orchestrated media event, was a missed opportunity to celebrate the real women who are making a difference in aerospace, the engineers, the scientists, the technicians who are pushing the boundaries of human exploration. It could have been a moment to inspire young girls to pursue careers in STEM, to show them that the sky is not the limit, that the universe is within their reach. Instead, it became a celebration of celebrity, a superficial spectacle that did little to advance the cause of women in science or the future of space exploration. Megyn Kelly, in her scathing critique of the Blue Origin flight, wasn't just expressing her own frustration. She was giving voice to a growing cultural shift, a rejection of superficiality and a yearning for authenticity. In a world saturated with carefully crafted images, polished PR campaigns, and celebrity endorsements, Kelly's willingness to call out the BS, to expose the emperor's new clothes, resonated deeply with an audience hungry for truth and tired of being manipulated. Her anger, her frustration, her refusal to be swayed by the hype wasn't just about one spaceflight, it was about a larger cultural trend, a growing demand for substance over spectacle, for meaning over marketing. And that's why Megyn Kelly's voice, in this particular moment, was so important. She dared to challenge the dominant narrative, to question the motives behind the carefully constructed facade of empowerment and progress. She exposed the Blue Origin flight for what it truly was, a commercial venture disguised as a feminist victory, a PR stunt designed to sell a product, not a genuine contribution to the advancement of science or the empowerment of women. And in doing so, she not only sparked a much-needed conversation about the future of space exploration, but also reminded us of the importance of critical thinking, of questioning the messages we're being fed, and of demanding more from the institutions and individuals who claim to be leading us into the future. So, what do you think? Was the Blue Origin all-female flight a historic milestone, or a cynical marketing ploy? Is space exploration the next frontier for human progress, or just another playground for billionaires and celebrities? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more unfiltered commentary on the biggest stories of our time. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, and stay informed.